Welcome to the Altair SimLab tutorial. In this tutorial, you will learn how to create the auto 1D bolts using a template. In this lesson, you will learn how to create and edit a 1D bolt definition file and also create automatically 1D bolt with or without pretensions. So let's see how to create the 1D bolt definition file. The first step is to retrieve the SimLab model. Next, we need to create a volume mesh. Go to Mesh, Text Mesh. We'll be using the 10 curved edges with the average element size as 6 and rest of the quality parameters as shown in the window. Select the bodies. Click OK. Replace the mesh in the existing model and say OK. So once the volume mesh has been generated, select the body, carrier and inverse the transparency. So the second step is to create the bolt template. Open the bolt template in the text editor. So a bolt definition file is composed of 3 sections as shown here. The first one is the bolt, the head definition and the thread definition. So the second step is to create the bolt template. Go to SimLab, select the option called Advanced Bolt Modeling. Now let's enter the parameters for the bolt. The bolt name as bolt. The head entity as cover and the thread entity as a carrier as shown in the SimLab. Now enter the other parameters as shown in the window. The keywords not properly defined will take as the default values. Now go to Create Bolt Head option in SimLab. Now let's enter the parameters for the head definitions. The name equal to m8_head. The type has 2. Let's enter the rest of the parameters as shown in the window. Again, the keywords that are not properly defined will use the default values as shown in the image. Now let's enter the thread definition parameters. In the SimLab, click on the Create Bolt Thread option. Enter the name as m8_thread. Enter the type as 1 and enter the rest of the parameters as shown in the window. The keyword, again not properly defined, will take the default values as shown in the image. So once all the parameters have been entered, save the bold definition file template. Go to SimLab. So the next step is to import the bold definition. So click on the import bold, select the bold template. So once you import, you can see that the bold definition details and the thread definition details, the 1D bolds has been created. So next we will see how to create automatically 1D bolts with and without pretension. So in this step, we will repeat the step 1, where we will define the additional key parameters in the bold template. So retype the SimLab model once again. Go to Mesh, Tet Mesh. Again, here we'll be using the Tet 10 curve edges with the average element size as 6. Select the bodies. Again, replace the mesh in the existing model. Once the volume mesh has been generated, the next step is to generate the pretension bolt template. So again, go back to Advanced, click on the bolt modeling option and click on the Create Bolt option. Now let's enter the additional parameters that are required for the pretension. So the connection is equal to the pretension. We'll be adding additional other parameter as the pretension type. Where it's equal to the thread. Then we'll add the pretension force. The lock. The number of bars. Now we will enter the head definition parameters. Click on the Create Bold Head option. Here we will be using the type as 5. And we will enter the rest of the parameters as shown here in the window. So once the head definition parameters have been entered, now let's add the thread definition parameters. Click on the Create Bold Thread option in SimLab. In the thread definition, the type will be 3 now. And let's enter the rest of the parameters as shown in the window. So once all the parameters have been entered, save the bold template. The fifth step is to import the bold definition file. Click on the Import Bold, select the bold template and import it. So once the bold definition file has been imported, you can go to the load in browser constraint browser, and you can see that the solid pretension has been created in the model.